Do the homie with thumbnail pose. Thumbnail.
That probably looked so gay.
Probably. But yeah, what doesn't these days, right?
Well, isn't that the new norm? The new cool thing?
The new norm.
The new norm.
The new norm. Alright. So, welcome to tonight's episode 102. We Trek, the Raw edition.
Raw! Raw, motherfucker!
Raw! I'm Captain Eric.
And I'm Douche Peacock!
Thanks once again for watching your favorite show, The We Trek.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterweave. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new strains, to seek out new samples, to boldly growth where no one has grown before.
Coming up tonight! Coming up tonight! Oh yeah, no cuts. This is all raw. Cuts.
Fuck.
All the coffee and everything. So, coming up tonight we have Pink Kush. Enhance your face and fuck you, Wilson.
Fuck you, Wilson.
Because that's
everything that you Wilson for.
Yeah. Everything you wished you could whoa.
Hello, Douche Barkhawk. Whilst you were away, some minor changes were made to my voice. Do you like my voice now? Is it soothing in your ear? Laughing out loud, don't be such a loser and give me those joy instructions you promised.
Ooh. Who's that?
That's the new computer voice.
Oh, me like. She sounds, dare I say it, smart.
Smart. Say something smart to computer. Juice Bagok seems to have an affinity for your voice.
After careful deliberations using a multitude of scientific methods, I have conclusively determined that the coronavirus is a massive hoax. It is, in fact, no more dangerous than a mild cold or weak influenza. Wearing masks only helps you inhale elevated levels of carbon dioxide. Have fun sucking your own exhaust, suckers. Total mental illness.
Oh, you can smart talk like that to me anytime.
So, anyways, without any further ado, let's bust this puppy up and see what the heck with the jaws and pins of death and doom. Nice.
Do that little bit of Metallica at the end of it.
He does that, doesn't he?
At the end of every sentence.
Every fucking line, he's like, I'm gonna finish the first line, and now here comes the end of the second line. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And in the beginning of that one Queen song, Another One Bites the Dust, actually all the way through it, another one bites the dust, another one bites the dust. That's so funny. Turn that backwards, it says decide to smoke marijuana.
Ooh. In German.
It does. I'm not even kidding.
In like Swahili or something?
Just do this into your direct hit. The viewers have been thoroughly traumatized. Justin Pins Death Doom Concert. While you're doing that, oh, I crashed the shit. Oh, that's the wrong button.
We need to put a little piece of tape over that button.
I need to disable that button. I can never remember which one it is. Communications crashes the unit. So, coming up tonight, we have a Toy Rolling Contest! Wah, wah. The rules are as such, thusly. You can pre-prepare your pre-prepared pile of product for as long as you wish. Get it into that state where you are going to put it into your paper and roll. That's the state you want your pre-prepared pile to be in. When your fingers or chosen scoopor contact that pile, that's when the timer starts. When your finished doobie leaves your hand and lands on your rolling surface, that's when the timer stops. That is the mechanism of rolling a doobie, and that's what this contest is all about, rolling a doobie. If we wanted to stuff tobacco in there, or a filter, or, you know, make a weird shape to it, that's just going to detract from the time it takes to roll the doobie. It's not about being pretty in your presentation. It's about getting the fucking weed into the fucking paper and getting that shit lit.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Pussy!
Pussies!
Hey,
Bitches!
I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
That's the Nightcore version. Hey, trouble contest! Oh. Sound like a drill sergeant, eh? Coming up! Metallica style.
Here we go!
Redo. Here we go!
Nope. I failed.
Nope, no records tonight.
No records tonight.
But what I do have is a nice smokable, big fat fucking bat right there, full of pink kush, which I do believe I'm going to give a 4.5 Testicat Starhead out of 5 Testicat Starhead rating.
It's a little premature, don't you think?
I always give that rating. Because it's nice and standard and generic, and then there's no favorites. And then the people that provide me with the free samples from the legal dispensaries don't bitch. And they're like, you put ours in second place. Why'd you put ours in second place?
It's all in second place!
Yeah, it's all 4.5 Testicat Starheads. There's all 5 Testicat Starheads. See this Testicat Starheads? Remember?
You know what you need?
A lighter.
A ridiculously
Long, ridiculously
and
blue,
unreasonably large.
outrageously normal.
Oh, that one too. I got a ridiculously cheap
Red.
and unreasonably red knockoff lighter.
Did it come from Wuhan?
I hope so.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah, we got some shit to say about the current situation in the world with this global lockdown imposed by government, etc. in relation to the virus. Shall you go first?
Well, one thing I'm really not overly happy about right now is the whole statement of the new norm. I don't accept that. I think if you accept this new norm and encourage it on others, you're letting this whole everything win. The virus win, whoever's naysaying it, whoever's not naysaying it. I don't like that. I just don't like the term. It's the new fucked up. Just not cool.
Right, like, who defines normal? It is not a sign, it is not healthy to be considered well-adjusted to a profoundly sick society.
And if you consider this fucked up situation now as the new normal, then people aren't going to try to make it better. Because, it's the new normal. You know, people say it like there's no going back. And it's just not the way it is. Like, biology doesn't work that way. We're not going to be living for the rest of our days in this veiled fear of the virus getting us or getting people we love and all this stuff. Like, sure, I believe there's something going on out there, but it's so blown out of proportion, and they're just doing it to control us. The only way you can change the world the way that these globalists want is to make the people in the world freely give it up. They have to beg for it, or else you get civil unrest, you get all sorts of fucking awful shit happening. The only way you can actually make that shit happen is by making the people beg, and it's happening. I see it everywhere I go. People they're begging and they're encouraging it on others, and they're using it as a source of power and be like, hey, you must stand so far away from me. You have to wear this if you're in the same building as me. You. It's almost like it's pulling the bully gene out of people that maybe might not have been like that, or they've been lurking in the shadows waiting for just an excuse to be a cunt or a fuckface the whole time.
People that have been bullied their whole lives, for example, now have an excuse to bully other innocent people. Maybe that's part of what you're saying?
Well, yeah, like, I'm all about getting your comeuppance if you've been bullied. I was there, you know. But, like, using it as an excuse just to be shitty to people. Like, there's people in this world that they feed off of being shitty. In many different ways, whether it's being cruel or unkind or waving something over someone's head or whatever it may be. There's people that their brains get off on that feeling of robbing happiness or control or livelihood from somebody else. And now they have an open forum and excuse to do it. And they're encouraged to do it. And the more they do it, the more people are like, yeah, man, I like the way you think. You know, we should all fucking live in this fucking fascist state. But it's not fascist because it's all shiny and it looks nice and it's got flowers and twinky little emojis advertising it and stuff. And diagonal fucking off fucking focus photographs of their fucking cat's corner of his ear. Oh, it just makes no fucking sense. But that's all I got to say about that.
Like those vertical
Or it'll be
videos.
a half hour more.
Wilson and I watched some vertical fail videos, and you know, you get into the real, like, the crappy end of the spectrum where these people cannot operate their fucking cameras. It's like they see the world through this little slit in their cameras because they're always staring at Facebook or something. And I measured this thing, and it was 14 inches out of, it was 14 inches out of like 50 inches. That's how skinny this fucking vertical image was. And it was like, as soon as the action started, it went out of frame, and then something happened and it dropped to the ground. I mean, how many times have you seen that? Please, if you see someone filming vertically, just go up to them and say, hey, press stop. You might have to remind them a couple of times what stop means, because they're quite simple usually. And when they press stop, tell them, okay, now turn your camera what you think is sideways. Because you were holding it sideways, but now, unless you're taking a portrait of someone talking, you need to turn it sideways, like that. And then you get the entire field of focus, you get the entire field of vision in there. You can see everything that's going on, and you don't have to like swing it back and forth and give us a headache with that shit. Yeah, touching on that mental illness shit, I'm seeing mental illness out there, and I don't mean to make fun of actually mentally ill people, but I'm including a new group of people into the category of mentally ill, because what I'm seeing is people wearing the equivalent of panty liners shoved in their faces all day, and they're sucking their own exhaust in, which any legitimate, reasonable, good doctor would tell you isn't a good thing to do, period. And since when do they quarantine healthy people? When do they quarantine healthy people? And it's mentally ill, because think about it. We live in an area where there's maybe 2,000 people. And if this thing was as bad as they were saying, we should know someone who died from it. We should know someone who died from it. But what we're getting is, anyone you ask, they don't know anybody that's died from it. They don't know anybody with it. And they don't know anybody that knows anybody that has it or has died from it. It's just strange that these very same people that are shaming others for not wearing masks while they suck on these fucking panty liners are the very same people who will profess to you that they do not trust their government. If you ask them if they trust their government, no fucking way, man. And then if you ask them if they trust their televisions, no, I don't trust the television. Do you trust the internet? No, I don't trust the internet. You gotta be really careful what you read and all that stuff. You gotta be careful what you watch, and yeah, that's true. But where's this information coming from that they're so desperately clinging to as an identity? Because like he mentioned, it's giving these people a sense of power. It's giving people that wouldn't otherwise have the balls to be hostile the actual glove of power where they can point at someone else and be brutal towards them, be hostile towards them, conduct themselves in a criminal manner towards them, even up to and including the point of assault. And that's not right. We are in a sea of chemically imbalanced people who have been poisoned with their vaccines, who are going to test positive for coronavirus if they've been vaccinated in the last couple of years, because the evidence it leaves behind, the genetic material the fight leaves behind, gets detected by one of these two tests, and you're going to test positive. That's bad news. All of that's bad news. Don't get sucked into that. People that are getting shot are getting put onto the coronavirus list. Now check it out. Ooh, a big monumental milestone is about to be achieved. 100,000 dead in the US. Do you realize that last year 120,000 people died from the regular influenza in North America? Do you realize that? That's more than this thing's taken. Coupled with the fact that these numbers are so bloated from other things they're adding onto it for money, it's just insanely ridiculous. Did you know last year tuberculosis took like 1.6 million around the world?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, flu took 600,000, and it's every year. So it's like you got these big brutal viruses up front that are taking hundreds of thousands every year, 1.5 million. Here's TB, fuck you fucking humans, and here's influenza, yeah, fucking humans, fucking take that. And here comes the weaselly little fucking weak cold coronavirus, COVID-19, gets placed up at the front by these globalist government fucks, and here it is. Oh hey, how's it going, guys? Are we gonna go out and fuck things up? And these other viruses are like, fuck you fucking little pansy ass, you fucking kicks that fucking coronavirus back to the back of the pack with the other mild, weak colds and the other really weak influenza strains. And even back there, the coronavirus, COVID-19, is all, hey, how's it going, guys? You want to go fuck some shit up? And those weak-mannered, mild, pussy-ass little colds and stuff, and those other weak flus, they're all like, fuck you, fucking coronavirus, you fucking pussy, pansy-ass, fuck. Get the fuck out of here! That's what coronavirus is. It's no better than a weak cold. Why don't you do some science talk, Miss Pretty Computer that Douchebagok likes so much? Huh? 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 Huh?
For a number of years now, work has been proceeding in order to bring perfection to the crudely conceived idea of a transmission that would not only supply inverse reactive current for use in unilateral phase detractors, but would also be capable of automatically synchronizing cardinal grammeters. Such an instrument is the turboencabulator.
See, now you have it. She told us all about it. And she's a computer, so she should know, right? No, she's gonna get banned from YouTube because she's a scientist and a doctor and a computer all wrapped up into one, right? Just like the real doctors. All the real doctors that are getting banned from YouTube that make statements about things like vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, and tonic water, and sunlight, shit like that. You're getting banned for like real information? No, you gotta have a fucking vaccine with DNA resequencing fucking nanotech in there. Artificial strains of fucking RNA, man, that reprogram your cells to spit out more of it. What's that gonna do? Some of the vaccines, dude, got a chip on the end of them. These fucking disposable squirt units that they're making, there's an optional chip injection in the back to tag you so they can tell if you're up to date with your latest vaccination for this thing they're going to continue rolling out and rolling out and rolling out year after year after year after year after year. And I think I'm going to have to make a cut because somebody's here. I think.
See ya!
Yeah.
Pussies!
Yeah, you bet. So, what else is on the agenda for tonight's show?
I don't know.
That's about it. So yeah, fuck you, Wilson, and I'm Captain Aaron.
And I'm Douchebagok.
We hope you thoroughly enjoyed our totally uncut, except for that one spot, raw episode 102. That's 102 of your favorite show, The Weed Track. It's not right.
Mew. Mew. It's the sound of Mitzi Mew. 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 Mitzi 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 Mew.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterweave. Its continuing mission, to explore strange new strains, to seek out new samples, to boldly grow where no one has grown before.